Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Dude, we got a lot to talk about, guys. Whew. I'm coming fresh off of this finale, and can I say, this was damn near, awesome and almost perfection. I say almost, okay? There's a reason I say almost. Now, I'm sure you guys have an idea of why I say almost, and it's really all right. I'm gonna go full spoiler. This is a full spoiler review. I'm gonna say that first before I keep going. But oh my god, what they did to my boy Black Noir, I can't. I can't. I'm so mad. They set him up for the most awesome redemption arc, like kicking Soldier Boy's ass, like getting his revenge, getting closure on what happened to him, and for him to get killed in such a stupid way was so sad. But whatever. We'll get to it when we get there. But anyways, I'll go over this episode a little bit, but I'm mainly going to be reviewing it. So real quick, we'll just go over, the episode starts with Homelander finding his son Ryan, and, he takes him, and then Starlight saves Huey from, a bathroom because Butcher knocked him out in the bathroom and left him. That was his way of saving Huey. So the boys are back together, minus Butcher. And Huey's like, we need to save Butcher. We don't just choose who we save. We save everyone, even if they don't deserve it. And it kind of bands everyone together to go and save Butcher, which was a nice little sentiment for everyone to band together to do that. I mean, Mother's Milk is not happy. He's pretty pissed. Here we go. So I got through what I wanted, a little bit of the setup. Let's get into this. I can't wait. So, bro, Black Noir. He comes back into the tower after being gone for an episode. Homelander's happy to see him. He can't speak, so he's obviously writing notes. He tells Homelander, we must kill Soldier Boy. And he's like, well, is he all that bad? And he had written bad on a piece of paper, and Black Noir just goes and underlines it 2 or 3 times. I can't remember exactly how many. And, emphasizing, yeah, he's a bad guy. And Homelander gets all upset and is like, did you know? And I was like, no, don't you dare. And he's like, yeah, I did. Shakes his head. And they get a nice little sentimental hug. And Homelander went in for the fist bump. Black Noir didn't see that fist bump coming. And it ended up being a gut punch. And then he ripped his intestines out, killing him pretty much immediately. After we saw him lay there on the ground for a few seconds, then he died. So it was almost immediate, but it was pretty immediate. And then we get to see his little weasel friend, or not weasel, beaver friend, and then all of his other, imaginary friends that he sees in his head. We saw all of them comforting him, telling him that he was so brave for coming here and stuff like that. And it was honestly a really sad scene. I didn't want to see him die, so that sucked a lot. But whatever, you can't have everything you want. And I mean, for the rest of the episode, it was really good. Just his death, was like a sucker punch. Oh, I hated it. So after that, Homelander goes into the room and is like, hey, Ashley, take off your wig. Hey, Deep, quit having sex with octopuses. And A-Train, you're a fucking pussy, or whatever he calls him. And, it was just him showing his power. It was a cool scene. It was a really good scene. Sorry, I'm skipping over a lot of stuff because there's some stuff I really want to talk about. Kamiko, when she started playing Maniac and started dancing and shaking her hair in that music video, and then just started going ham on all these people, it was pretty cool. It was awesome to see her like that. I love her character. I love her and Frenchie together. So I'm really excited to see where they go together next season. And we're getting to it. We're getting to it now. So the fight that everyone's been waiting for between Homelander and Soldier Boy, even though we did get another version of that fight in episode 6, everyone wanted to see it again, see the conclusion of it. So we got that here. So they all walk in the room. We got the Avengers assembled right here, and Homelander is like, Dad, why are you working with them? Join me. You have a grandson. You have a family. And bro, it was so funny to see Maeve and Butcher smiling and smirking when Soldier Boy walks up to Homelander and is just like, I wish I could have been there. I really do, because then I could have raised you better, not into some sniveling pussy. And oh my god, it was awesome. It was hilarious. Just, it was so good to see him say something like that to Homelander so he could be knocked down a peg. That man needed to be knocked down so many pegs, and his own dad just roasting him basically. And then Homelander's like, but you're me. And Soldier Boy's like, yeah, I know. You're a fucking disappointment. And oh my god, dude, it is so funny. It's just so funny the way he grabbed him. He just grabbed his jaw, like twisted it, and all I could think of is that cat meme that is like when people would like grab their cat's faces and say fetch me their souls or whatever. That's all I saw when I saw this. It was hilarious. And it was just awesome to see Maeve and Butcher sitting back there just like, yeah, you give it to him, boy. And anyways, they all grab him here, and Soldier Boy's doing his big power up, his big nuke blast about to come out of his chest. And Ryan shoots laser vision at Soldier Boy, knocks Soldier Boy out of the room, and Soldier Boy comes in, like running back in like a freight train, and slams him into the wall with his shield, like uses his shield to slam him into the wall. And Homelander runs over to him, like leans over him like, oh my god, Ryan, are you okay? You okay? And Soldier Boy starts doing his big power up, like his big nuke blast is getting ready. He's getting ready. And I was like, damn, just take out two birds with one stone. Because honestly, with the way Ryan ended off in this episode, he kind of needs to die. We'll talk about that later. But Butcher laser vision Soldier Boy's shield, because Soldier Boy sees him about to laser vision and blocks it. And then Homelander turns around and laser visions him as well. And they just launch. Like, they launch him out of the room into that, like, I think it was like a newsroom. They, like, launch him into this newsroom. And it was really cool. Like it shows this, and then they turn and look at each other. Like, kind of like, yeah, you take care of that. I'll take care of Ryan, or let's go take care of him type of thing. I can't really tell what he was wanting to do. I'm assuming go fight Soldier Boy, because he did tell Maeve, like, not right now, we have bigger fish. So Butcher goes out there. Like, Butcher immediately walks out to go face him. And, ooh, it was awesome. It was so cool. We'll get to that in just a minute. So Homelander starts to, I think, walk out. I can't remember what direction he was walking, but I'm going to assume he was going to walk out. And then Maeve grabs him and starts fighting him. And he's like, not now, Maeve. We have bigger fish. And just like keeps like deflecting her and like pushing her back and going to walk out. And she just keeps pummeling him. And then they actually start fighting. And I don't know what his obsession is with laser visioning boobs, but he did it again here, just like he did with Stormfront. I don't know why he likes that, but hey, a man likes what a man likes, I guess. No judgment here. And then she blocks it, like, you know, like a Wonder Woman block, which was really cool. And they go at it, and it was so cool. It was so cool. I loved watching them fight. I can't, like, show any of these fight scenes because there's so much blood. And, oh, man, Homelander's honestly such a wimp and can't fight, because his immediate, like, defense between anyone that tries to fight him is he always goes for their neck or their eye. He always, like, I don't understand why. Like, I can't remember what other character he did, but he popped their eyes out. I can't remember who that was, but and then with Soldier Boy, when they fought in episode 6, and to Butcher in the same episode, he, like, slammed Soldier Boy against the wall, grabbed his throat, and then this is the same thing to Butcher. He grabbed her here and then pushed into her eye. So whenever he's losing, he just goes for, like, cheap wins. But their fight ends with her sticking a straw through his ear, which was awesome. So I wonder if he'll be deaf next season. But here, we're going to cut back to Soldier Boy and Butcher fighting. And this was awesome. I really think that Butcher might take permanent V, and I would love him to, just because of how good he is. He's so strong because he actually knows how to fight. And because I'm pretty sure he was ex-military, so he knows how to fight. And he's super strong, so he actually does damage. I say damage loosely, but he actually puts in some work on Soldier Boy, which was awesome. And then, you know, Soldier Boy ends up overpowering him because he's stronger. He is. But it was still cool to see. And then we have MM come in along with Kamiko, who brings them that gas mask thing that Frenchie made so they can knock him out. I forget what the poison was called. It was like a blink and you miss name thing for the poison. But it'll knock him out. It's the poison they used when he was in Russia to knock him out. So Soldier Boy turns around to go kill Starlight, who is on the ground. His shield's broken now. And he, like, raises it and he runs at her. And Huey, like, launches all the lights in the room to max power. And it lifts her into the air. I'm gonna be honest. It was so underwhelming. Okay? Like, they did this. Like, look how bright this is. You're like, oh my god, she's gonna do something awesome. She's gonna whoop him. She's gonna win. And then she, like, poofs him. She goes, huh? Ah! And he falls over and immediately stands right back up, and she's, like, knocked out on the ground. Not knocked out, but she's on the ground, like, drained of energy. And I'm like, so we made this big spectacle for her to basically, like, flick him. Because that's all it really did. There was no visible damage, and he immediately got back up, which made it even funnier. But he then starts charging up to kill everyone because they were trying to put the gas mask on. And he's like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back in there. You can't make me. And he starts charging up his blast. And Maeve, being the queen she is, pun intended, because Queen Maeve, she runs and grabs him and dives out the window with him, him exploding, you presuming that they're both dead. I mean, I didn't really think Soldier Boy was dead, but I really did think Maeve was dead, because how in the heck did she survive that with no injury whatsoever? But whatever. It was cool. It was really cool. And then we see Ryan being a freaking simp for his dad. And he goes and sides with his dad. He grabs his hand, and I guess he's going with him now. Like, all right, well, to be fair, I will give Ryan this. His dad did manipulate him by saying, it's not your fault, buddy. Like, accidents do happen. And Butcher had just told him how much he blames him for Becca's death, and maybe he doesn't want to look at him anymore. And, like, it is really Butcher's fault. If Butcher hadn't have said that, I feel like Ryan would have been way more, like, against joining him. But because Butcher made that mistake, it kind of pushed Ryan away. So, after that surprise, we find out that Soldier Boy's not dead, which, I mean, you kind of assumed. But he's actually under, I'll say, surveillance by Grace Mallory. He is in this, like, cryo tube. It's not cryo, but it's like a tube. I'm just going to call it like a tube. He's in this tube, and I think that they're going to experiment on him and try and figure out how to take the Temp V out of his body. Or not the Temp V. The V, like, we'll call it a V-Ray. The V-Ray out of his body. So, like, that pulse that he does that removes Soup's powers, because Maeve's powers are gone now, too. So I think they're going to experiment on him and try and figure out how to take away a Soup's powers and use that on Homelander. I think that's what they'll probably do. So yeah, Maeve is alive, which was awesome. That was awesome to see. I was really happy that she's alive. And she's back with her her girlfriend. I almost said ex, but it's her girlfriend. She's back with her. The last time we saw her, she did say that she needed some time to think, and I guess she took that time to think, which is good. And Maeve said that she's going to go somewhere where Homelander can't find her. There was, like, a really quick scene where Ashley erased the video of her proving that she was alive, which was really nice. It shows that Ashley does actually care about Maeve, so I really liked that. And then, bro, I think this guy single-handedly made himself the most hated character in almost all of fiction. He's definitely not in all of fiction, but in almost all of fiction. He's very high up there on people's lists now. I see it all over the place. It's hilarious. Because he started cheering when Homelander killed that guy. He was like, huh, yeah. Yeah! And then, you know, the other crowd behind him starts cheering, woo, yeah, let's go, Homelander. And, you know, they're all writing something. I'm sure you can assume what they're writing. And then it cuts to Ryan smiling at all these people cheering after his dad just killed someone, just like laser visioned his head off. So I really think Ryan's going to go down a dark path. Maybe he'll come around. I think that Homelander might kill Butcher, and it'll cause Ryan to realize that Homelander's not a good person. and he'll help the boys defeat Homelander. That's what I think could happen, especially since Butcher has only like 12 months left to live, or 16 at a maximum, I think is what the doctor said. So I feel like Butcher's going to really be a lot more forward with it and really push it. But overall, whew, this was a good episode. I liked it a lot. My favorite is still episode 6, which is Herogasm. Not because of the Herogasm part, purely just because of that fight scene. That fight scene with all of them, I like threw my chair behind me and just was like out of my chair jumping, fist in that air, man. It was awesome to see him get work put on him. It was awesome. I loved it. But yeah, anyways, I really liked this episode. I thought it was a great end to the season. It was did a great job at setting up future season or seasons. I don't know how many it's going to go, but I'm very excited for the future of this show. I can't wait to see what they do with it, where it goes, and, you know, whatever unfolds from here. But thank you guys for stopping by. Feel free to discuss in the comments if you would like. Give me advice on how to do these videos better, or whatever you want to say. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But thank you guys for stopping by. I will catch you in the next one.